proudly assembled locally, showcasing our nation's capability in advanced defense manufacturing.
Back to the scenario, the same previous cavalry troop has confirmed the enemy description, hence we will occupy an ambush position to neutralize the enemy. While establishing the best position to obtain a good line of sight and line of fire, this troop is divided into two teams, which is Team Alpha on the left side and Team Bravo on the right side.
For information, the aviate computer is adaptable to various mission profiles. Depending on the variant, it can be fitted with a 30mm automatic cannon, a remote control weapon station, or even anti-tank guided missile. It is a modern fire control system and night vision capability that enable accurate engagement of targets day or night in all weather conditions.
The volley fire is a technique involves multiple vehicles in controlled bursts one after another to maintain a continuous wall of suppressive fire on the designated enemy objective. This staggered fire pattern is designed to deny the enemy chance to regroup or return effective fire, effectively dominating the battle space with sustained pressure. The enemy destroyed. With the effective impact from the volley fire, the cavalry troop is now leaving their battle position and will continue the advance. Yang berbahagia Tan Sri, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, in front of you, we can see a detachment consists of 2 personnel that now are preparing to launch a UAV, namely Fly Eye. It can be hand launched in under a minute without any special equipment. Above us, we can see the UAV is now loitering around the target area. The Fly Eye, with its lightweight structure, quiet operation, and high endurance capabilities, serve as a tactical asset that provides real-time data, infrared imaging, and live coordinate tracking. The precedent in offensive operation is the target acquisition operation, which integrates the advanced technology with the ground operation. As the eyes in the sky satellite will be fully utilized and direct to capture a high resolution imagery of the target of interest. The imagery later on will be analyzed and processed by scanning for any potential target. In any offensive operation, the first priority is target acquisition, a crucial process that combines advanced technology and ground operation to identify, track and confirm enemy target. Successfully TA determines the accuracy and effectiveness of the entire mission. In the early phase of the target acquisition process, an UAV was deployed as the eyes of the sky to conduct aerial reconnaissance over a suspected enemy position within the area of operation. Once targets are visually confirmed by UAV, the commander used the verified information to formulate a fire mission or maneuver plan to engage the enemy with precision. This could involve direct ground assault, artillery fire, or air strike.
Ladies and gentlemen, to assist in visual identification from the air, a battery of 155mm artillery was ordered to fire white smoke in order to mark the target on the ground. Within the moment, we will see a series of white smoke shells impacted the near the tree line, a deliberate and calculated move by following observers on the ground. The purpose to mark and to highlight the enemy's suspected location. As we can see, as per shown on the screen, the smoke curls upward, creating a clear visual cue for the incoming artillery. It is now that 155 artillery guns are dug in, their barrels aligned with pinpoint accuracy toward designated coordinates. Ladies and gentlemen, next up please direct your attention skyward, slicing through the clouds with the unmatched precision. The F-18 Hornet and Sukhoi of the Royal Russian Air Force will make their powerful entrance into the battle space. This initial approach is not for engagement, but for a crucial mission, target marking. Flying low and fast, the jet fighters conduct a high-speed reconnaissance sweep over the objective area. As we can see, the sudden burst of light, the defensive flares stacked out in all directions, burning bright against the sky like a molten meteor. In combat, these flares are not for show. They are a life-saving countermeasure designed to mislead the heat-seeking missiles and keep our pilots in the fight. Ladies and gentlemen, embrace yourself and the jet fighters will make a re-entrance for the strike. TOT, time on target, 2 minutes. For information, F-18 Hornet is a combat-proven multi-role fighter jet operated by the Royal Russian Air Force. Known for the versatility, speed and precision, the Hornet has been cornerstone of Malaysia's air defense capabilities for over 2 decades. Ladies and gentlemen, coming from your right, F-18 Hornet! Bombs away! Enemy destroyed! Now divert your attention to your right, coming hot is the Sukhoi! Bombs away! Enemy destroyed! The strike was direct, devastating and flawless. The enemy concentration has been neutralized. With their mission complete, the jet fighters climb high and break away from the battle space. Their engines fade into the distance, leaving only the echo of their power and the mark of their precision strike, a final salute to the air dominance before disappearing beyond the horizon. Yang berbahagia Tan Sri, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Upon positive identification of the enemy position, the air assets now are deployed to conduct aerial reconnaissance operation. Making its way from the right of the grandstand are the two Agusta conducting aerial reconnaissance with tactical maneuver to visualize the remaining enemy. As the enemy location has been sighted and will be engaged, please direct your attention to the middle ground. Observe from a hot hill for your left, where the Agusta are armed with 7.62 Gatling gun, conducting the nap of Earth tactical flying maneuver at the treetop level to achieve the element of surprise in order to engage the enemy. For information, the air attacks are to provide a close combat attack and enemy interdiction. Each platform is assigned a specific enemy position, executing precision fire in the coordinated strike. Their synchronized engagement ensures a maximum effectiveness while overwhelming the enemy with speed, accuracy, and firepower. Ladies and gentlemen, for your information, the Agusta A109 light observation helicopter is a true symbol of versatility and agility in rotary aviation. With a stick frame and twin engine, this aircraft is designed for speed and precision in dynamic operational environment. Once again, divert your attention to your left. Coming hot is a sprite of Royal Merchant Navy. It's the one Superlink with HMG 12.7mm to engage target number 5, followed by one Fennex with machine gun 58 7.62mm to engage target number 2.
Observer, Alpha 3 round, HE delay in effect, 3 guns. Bravo 2 rounds, 2 guns, smoke on the deck. SYED, pass TOT 62. Target number, Hotel November 5209, request blast out.
Yang berbakat tahun Sri distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. To impose a complete visualization of the enemy element, we are now expecting the arrival of a 2 MD-530G scout attack helicopters to engage target number 3 using their MZ rocket weapon system. Ladies and gentlemen, MD-530G! Enemy destroyed! Ladies and gentlemen, the air asset make their way out of GEMAS range after a successful air operation. The operation demonstrated effective coordination between UAV surveillance, artillery support, and precision air power, achieving tactical success.
Continuously from air operation, the ground commander now will make preparation on his asset for the pre-hash hour firing. As we can see now, the crew are making the preparation of their vehicles, guns and weapon system in order to accomplish the mission given. During this preparation, all safety measures need to be taken into consideration at its highest level. Those officers in white armband are the safety officers who will ensure of the safety of all personnel and assets under their supervision during this training.
For the purpose of this training, the guns deployed are depicted 6 guns in the battery and 18 guns in the regiment for both 105 and 155. For information, the 105 mag howitzer, filtered by the Close Support Regiment, holds a distinguished place as the longest serving artillery piece in the Malaysian Armed Forces. Their legacy began in 1690, marking the birth of Malaysia's first Field Artillery Regiment, and from that moment, it has faithfully served across generations of soldiers and multiple operational theatres. Today, more than 6 decades since era production, the L5 continues to stand strong as a dependable and versatile platform, a testament to its robust design, ease of maintenance, and tactical relevance in modern warfare.
As for the 155mm artillery, classified as medium support, its deployment is a critical decision made by the artillery commander based on the overall operational priorities, the threat level across the battle space, and the demands of supported units. With a maximum range up to 40 kilometers, the 155mm artillery system provides deep fire support capable of striking enemy command nodes, logistic hub, artillery position, and massing troops well beyond the front lines. Its reach enables it to shape the battlefield even before contact is made by maneuver elements.
Yang berbahagia Tan Sri, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, based on the RSI, we have identified enemy new main defense position in vicinity of middle ground. Assets that are currently in position includes 2 Adnan 81mm mortar, 1 Adnan 120mm, and 1 Gempita 120mm. Now we'll engage target number 3 and 10. To 105mm L5LG Mark III. Now we engage target number 7. To 105mm L5TH. Now we engage target number 3. To 155mm G5 Mark III. Now to engage target number 3. And to Astros 2. Now we engage target number 12.
Following the completion of a firing mission by ground troops, a battle damage assessment will be conducted using tactical UAV assets. The operation began with mission planning and flight route preparation. The UAV used its sensors to capture imagery for post-strike damage assessment. The data collected was processed and reviewed by intelligent analysis that conducted a comparative analysis between pre-strike and post-strike imagery. From the analysis, it was assessed the target has sustained 45% damage, with several structures destroyed and others still standing. Based on this, the BDA report was complete and submitted to the ground troops for the operational decision making.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your information, the Battle Damage Assessment, or known as BDA, is a critical process in military operations. It involves making an estimation of the damage inflicted on a target as a result of the use of lethal or non-lethal weapon. The main purpose of BDA is to help the commanders to determine whether a target has been destroyed, partially damaged, or still operational. This information is essential for deciding whether a follow-up strike is needed or if the mission can proceed to the next phase. Additional information for the BDA, it is carried out using various methods such as aerial reconnaissance by drones like the Fly Eye, satellite imagery or field reports from the ground troops. The collected data, including photos and videos, later then analyzed to assess the actual impact on the target, whether it is a building, vehicle or enemy system. In a summary, the BDA plays an important role in confirming the effectiveness of a military strike. It helps to ensure the efficient use of resources and gives a tactical advantage to the attacking force by guiding the next step based on accurate battlefield information. Ladies and gentlemen, after a successful 3H-hour firing, the artillery and infantry units will move to a subsequent location in order to provide continuous fire support for the offensive operation. Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri Distingguished ladies and gentlemen, next up we will witness the establishment of a direct fire support base or known as DFSB.
During the bombardment before H hour, the DFSB group will take up their designated firing position to conduct suppressing fire and to destroy enemy armored assets and their defensive position. DFSB is a critical element in fire support planning and coordination. The key component includes command, control and communication. This system facilities and personnel manage fire support and direct tactical operation. They ensure effective communication between the DFSB and other units. Direct fire support weapons used are specialized in anti-armor or sustained machine gun activities. The DFSB provide intimate support close to assault forces, neutralizing threats and suppressing enemies during assault. Each weapon system is employed based on the functionality and tactical requirement on the battlefield. Ladies and gentlemen, as the troop approach the NMDP of the enemy, continuous fire support is required throughout the rolling FUPLD.
For the very first time in this prestigious firepower training, we proudly welcome the Johor Military Force with us today. Representing a legacy of honor, discipline and royal heritage, their presence mark a historic moment. Let us show our appreciation. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause to the Johor Military Force. Moving back to the scenario, as we can see now, the DMSB lineup consists of 2 sections which are ready to engage the assigned target. Protect your ears and ready for firing. First up, the 2 RPG-7 40mm to engage target number 1. To LGL-7 40mm from Johor Military Force to engage target number 2. Lipan Bara 7.62mm to engage target number 4 and 5. Vamtag HMG 12.7mm to engage target number 4 and 5. Malaysian Infantry Fighting Vehicle HMG 12.7mm to engage target number 6 and 8. Adnan 35mm to engage target number 6 and 8. Next up, Adnan Batashikan to engage target number 6. And finally, Gempita Ingwe to engage target number 3. Yang berbahagia Tan Sri, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as we can see now, the yellow flag has been raised, indicates a misfire. A misfire or technical malfunction can occur at any situation, and this warrants for the relevant safety procedures to be executed. The immediate action is to ensure that the barrel is constantly aimed towards the target and the malfunction to be determined. In some weapon system, a contingency time is required to enable the system to be safe, and if the weapon is loaded, the safety officers will conduct checks to determine if the weapon is safe to be brought out.
Back to the scenario. Once the assaulting troops approach of the objective, the DFSB will cease firing and move to an alternate location to avoid hostile fire and provide continuous fire support. For your information, the variation of weapon system at the DFSB pertains to the numerous range covered and the type of target engaged.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we can see now, the misfire vehicle will then be brought out to the safe area for the further action. During intense and aggressive engagement, it is not uncommon for weapon stoppages to occur unexpectedly. These malfunctions, whether due to ammunition issues, mechanical faults, or environmental factors, can temporarily disable the weapon, posing a serious risk to mission success if not addressed immediately. At this time, we can see the barrel must always pointed at the target, as the safety is our utmost priority.
Ladies and gentlemen, before launching the combat team mechanized heavy attack, all armored elements were positioned at the roll-up position, waiting for the signal to advance. In preparation for the assault, the 155mm G5 artillery battery was tasked to provide smoke screen on target number 3.
The smoke screen from the 155 played a vital role in enabling friendly maneuvers to reposition undetected. Armored vehicles and infantry elements use the cover to move into flanking position and close the distance to the objective with reduced risk of being targeted. Before assaulting any objectives, the support fire will be provided to the combat team based on the suitability of the fire plan and conducted to suppress the enemy, covering the movement of the combat team, neutralizing enemy forces and disrupting enemy operations. Ladies and gentlemen, due to safety reasons right now, the MD530G will not make their entrance. For information, this covering fire will give a clean break for Combat Team Bravo to take up their battle position while the enemy will be harassed from the close air support by the MD530G.
Now, please focus to your right, general area of target number 9, as Combat Team Bravo conduct maneuver to take up battle position. For your information, a battle position is an area seen tactically from which the fighting element of the armor engage the enemy with direct fire from a well-concealed fire position. The location should be such that it does not restrict mobility, firepower and flexibility of the combat team. As soon as the tank occupies the battle position, it will take up the hull down position. Hull down is when the hull of the tank is covered and only the turret is visible and exposed, which allows clear line of sight for observation and fire. Combat Team Bravo is now ready to engage the enemy reinforcement tank. The Pendeka are currently firing at the enemy tanks at target number 7, while the MIFB will be engaging target number 6 and target number 8. The one
Ladies and gentlemen, as we can see now, Combat Team Bravo is currently executing a coordinated jockey maneuver on both left and right flank while engaging the enemy position to their front. This tactic is a fundamental technique in armored warfare designed to maintain a constant suppressive fire on the enemy while enabling continuous protected forward movement. In this maneuver, the combat elements comprising armored fighting vehicles, infantry fighting vehicles or main battle tanks operate in bounding overwatch, commonly referred to as leapfrogging, while one element has to establish a base of fire, delivering accurate and suppressive round onto known or suspected enemy position. The second element advances in a short control movement to gain a more favorable position, whether for observation, engagement or cover. The jockeying on both flanks also enable the unit to exploit gaps, threaten the enemy from multiple angles, and potentially force a withdrawal or collapse of their defensive line. By maintaining constant fire superiority, the Combat Team Bravo ensures the enemy remains suppressed and disoriented, unable to mount a coordinated defense or a counterattack. The technique demonstrates not only the effectiveness of a combined arm maneuver, but also the discipline and cohesion within Combat Team Bravo. It is a display of armored warfare at its finest, mobility and firepower. Ladies and gentlemen, now please focus your eyes to the PT-91M Merdeka, the main battle tank of the Malaysian Army and a symbol of our land forces' striking power. Designed and built upon the previous Polish PT-91 Trolley platform, the Merdeka has always been fully customized to suit the Malaysia unique operational environment, blending advanced firepower, mobility, and protection into one formidable system.
Combat Team Bravo mission is accomplished. Now the combat team will jockey leave the battle position and redeploy to another location or mission based on enemy assessment.
Berbagai Tan Sri, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the training today signifies the integration of various weapon systems and capabilities in a joint operation spectrum. It is achieved through a rigorous and detailed appreciation process at all levels of command. In this scenario, the plan emphasized on the approach of a maneuver warfare to halt the enemy advance and deny their intent. Maneuver warfare is a key concept influencing the way the Malaysian Armed Forces conduct operations. The maneuver approach to warfare emphasizes the shattering or at least disruption of the enemy's overall cohesion and will to fight rather than concentrating on destruction of the enemy's material or holding enemy territory. The maneuvering approach also emphasizes the need to take initiative and to apply unacceptable pressure at times and places and in ways the enemy least expects. As we can see now, the crews are making the preparation of their vehicles, gun and weapon system in order to accomplish the mission given. During this preparation, all safety measures need to be taken into consideration at its highest level. Those officers in white armband are the safety officers who will ensure the safety of all personnel and assets under their supervision during this training.
Yang berbahagia Tan Sri, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, in the application of maneuver warfare concept today, we have witnessed how various assets are employed in this optimized capacity to impose significant damage and further negate then will to fight the hostile forces. The ability to break their cohesion is achieved through the effective coordination of fire and their continuous offensive momentum. The training has provided a clear picture of the mechanism of a division in attack, focusing on the combat team in both tank heavy and mechanized heavy groups, while being supported by support weapons, namely the mortar and artillery, and further augmented by the Navy and the Air Force.
Ladies and gentlemen, right now we are still waiting for the soldiers to prepare their vehicles and weapons for the grand finale. We have witnessed the destructive firepower of individual weapon systems. Let us now experience the combined deafening and disastrous impact of all the weapon systems in this training. Please allow me to remind you that this will be a truly deafening moment. Protect your ears and ready for firing. Yang berbahagia Tan Sri, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, now the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire! Yang berbahagia Tan Sri, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see now, the soldiers are preparing their vehicles and reloading their weapon. Embrace yourself for the second round of firing. Once again, I would like to remind you, please protect your ears and be ready for firing. The countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fire! There was a precise, thunderous hit on the target. Precision, agility, passion, commitment, and firepower. You have seen it all. Once again, put your hands together and give it up for the Man of Firepower Training 2025!